Firstly, why did you pick Heck, given that you haven't played him much recently?
We didn't really have an engage
Yep,
thingy, and we really needed a meaty front line, which is why you could see I went Sterak's Gauge and Death Stance.
yep.
That's about it.
Okay, cool. You did pretty well. The score's okay. What was kind of, hey Myth, what was kind of what were your main points of this game? Why did you choose this game?
Because I did well in it and I lost it, and I reckon I tilted sometimes in it, and that was the reason why I reckon we lost. Because I did some things that made us lose the game
Okay.
overall.
And you think that was those bad decisions or poor decisions were due to you being tilted?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, we've got some stuff to work there with. Alright, so did you have a kind of first 15-minute strategy in mind? Like what lanes you wanted to gank first or anything like that?
Um. Yeah. I was planning. I know this is like elo and stuff, but I know that
That's
the
fine.
Echo would. I know that Echo would like to gank bot lane a lot since he
Yep,
has hook champion. So
yep.
I was planning to be around there some of the time to counter gank. That's when he is bot side. I also tried to play top side. Well, I say this, but top side would be great because if I could get the rally behind, so that means it'd be easier for our whole team to play.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Yep. Um,
It's just really every lane.
yeah. Okay, cool. Was that what you were thinking in your head during this game?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. And just go through each lane and you kind of go, let's say if it was, an equal skill level Irelia versus an equal level Jace, equal level Ari versus equal level Veigar, equal level bot lane versus equal
Mm-hmm.
level bot lane. What would you see the lanes going as? So Jace Irelia first. Which way would you see that
Um,
going?
I would say Jace because he can poke Gorilla out of lane early
Yeah.
and then capitalize off of that.
Yeah.
Um, Ari Vega. Ari wins that. I'm pretty sure.
It's that one's pretty that one's close, but because of Ari's mobility and she's much stronger early game, she
Mm.
would naturally win that. And then bot lane. What do you think about those two?
Hold on. Let me put my thinking cap on real quick.
This is like there's not necessarily a right answer here.
Hmm.
It's just more
Well,
to get you thinking.
I'm just thinking because both Caitlyn and what's the guy's name again? Lucian,
Lucian,
yeah,
yeah.
are both big lane bullies.
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
So I guess it's all up to the supports, and in that case, Lucian should win.
yeah. Cool. Yeah, that's what I'd say as well. And then you versus Echo.
Um, I mean, in the first like 10, 5, once, okay, in the pre-level 6, I reckon he would win. But once I get a few items underneath my belt, he would can't really kill me,
Yeah, yeah,
and
cool.
that's if he isn't fed.
Yeah, as soon as you can kind of tank his whole combo, you're pretty safe. All
Yeah.
right, awesome. I want you to do that every game though. Like in load screen, I want you to literally look at every selection and go, okay, this, and then that will help dictate which lanes you want to gank and why.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no right or wrong, I would say, in which lanes you want to camp, because like if you camp a losing lane, that has benefits because it means they don't lose, or if you camp a winning lane, that also has benefits because it means they're guaranteed the win. It's based on your kind of playstyle, your preference, and how you feel it. Like, would you rather help the losing lane or would you rather help the winning lane? Both have their positives and negatives.
Mm.
Yeah, Myth, this is Validity's VOD review.
Because your boy destroyed Dylan in a 1v1.
Can you guys hear him okay? I think everyone can. Cool. So talk me through what you're doing pre minion spawn as Heck Daddy.
Um, well, I usually just sit there waiting to see if they'll try and do anything funky up there. But I know that that's a naught, so he'll probably try an early invade because of his hook.
Yeah.
Probably should have been bot side right now. Maybe.
Yeah. So what's like another way instead of you being just sitting here? What's another way you could get vision here without having to be here?
You just walk into the enemy jungle
Yeah,
and
and
place a
chuck
ward
your
down
ward
there.
down. Yeah. Do you like to place your ward pre-minion and then back and get sweepers, or you don't like that kind of play style?
On different champs, yeah. Like on champs, if I do early ganks with some champs,
Yep.
like I clear a bot side quadrant and then I go for a gank, yeah, because then I can see if they're coming to invade.
Cool. Awesome.
Exciting gameplay.
30 seconds until minions
From Echo's starting items, like obviously Echo never goes machete. What
Hmm.
kind of camps would you expect him to do for his first
Uh,
clear?
Wolves, wraiths, maybe Krugs.
Would he start on red?
Yeah, it's on red definitely.
Yeah. So you think red Gromp or straight to wolves?
Um, well, the normal route I do
Yep.
would be red Raptors, wolves, blue Grump.
Yeah.
That's just me.
Yeah.
But I guess because it's this elo, I'd say red, blue Grump.
Okay. Interesting, because usually you wouldn't do
Because
that
the
with
Echo doesn't
machete.
know what he's doing.
Yeah. That's
That
good.
nor just trolling.
Bit unnecessary by him. Very late invade for him.
Hmm. A solar invade as well.
Classic Silver.
minions have spawned.
I'm stuck in this elo, man. You probably see a lot of mistakes from me.
That's okay. We all make mistakes. You watch me on stream. I am inting half the time.
Oh, that is evident. I think I start blue here because I want to go help Jace.
Yep, that's cool. Just also know that this is like the standard jungle route that your enemy is going to expect you to do, and make sure you have that information in the back of your head. So like,
Does Heck usually go blue?
yeah, just because you get the two-man leash.
Oh, okay.
So you can go red. I usually start red, to be honest, because I don't like the enemy jungler like guessing where I'm starting. Because this is like the default. If we don't have vision on their red or blue, we just assume they start wherever the two leash is, the two-person leash.
Hmm.
So you're going for a full bot. Wait, are you going for a full clear hit?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
I think I do blue Gromp, Wolves, Raptors, red into
Okay.
thingy scuttle
Yeah.
for level 4.
Okay, so you don't in silver you don't find the level 3 gank effective, like the level 3 rush gank effective?
I find that's too risky because in this elo people don't know how to set up for ganks,
Okay.
and plus people still have flashes up. Like I'll try and abuse Nort's flash, but it's really impossible, especially
Yep.
since I started blue side.
Yeah.
Big lane bully.
Yeah. Jace is playing that well.
Guess he doesn't need my help.
Jeez, a lot of pings going there. Everyone's figuring out who the VOD reviewer is. Have you been playing with Kanchana?
Me.
No. Yeah, have you played with her?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I didn't know that. Nice.
Every single jungle game I play with her, I win. But whenever she goes jungle,
Yikes.
I don't mind that much.
Oh,
But flash,
yikes.
yeah, it's a bit of a yikes. After I saw the flash, I was like, you know what, leave it. But then she already hit me with the charm.
Yeah. Okay. And now she
I
has
think
double
I
buff.
don't get tilted off of this though.
Yeah, that's good. That was probably never on in hindsight, just after the flash.
Yeah, I tried to leave.
Yeah.
I think I go straight to scuttle bot side right here because I know that Echo's already got top side scuttle.
Yeah.
I think.
Would you ever consider counter jungling at this point, given the information you have?
Yeah. Sorry.
That's all right.
Excuse me. I think I'm not sure, but I do remember taking some of his raptors.
Okay. And I assume you're going this route. Why would you go this route over behind?
Because Morgana's already engaging.
Okay.
And if I go the other route, she'll probably get bursted down already.
Okay. I mean, she hits the bind, which is pretty good. Nice. Okay, well played. Still get the same result. Cool. I'd usually recommend coming around here, but yeah, you're kind of, I mean, we were kind of relying on Morgana to hit the bind there, but maybe if she didn't hit the bind, this way would have been better.
Yeah. I was just scared of not hooking her.
Yeah. I mean, she's got spell shield.
I think she didn't have spell shield there.
Ah, okay.
I'm not sure. At this point, I reckon I wouldn't realize that Echo would be side because I was just came off of a gank.
When do you usually back? Do you have a certain time or trigger that makes you back?
I think it's really I should have backed there for sure.
Yeah.
But after because I reckon it's just me trying to CS heaps.
Yeah.
That means I can get enough income. So I usually just do it after I half clear. If that makes sense.
Yep.
So like I clear some of my jungle, then I back, which is what I hope I'm doing here.
I really do hope you back soon.
Yeah, please don't tell me I take
Because
on
this
Rat.
is just really inefficient now because you've got no mana. Like, so this is actually wasting you time, not actually getting you more income. Because when you back, you'll either go, you know, finish machete, sorry, the stalker's blade, or red, whichever one you go, and that will already make you quicker at clearing. Whereas this now is just pretty inefficient. So it's like a little thing, but you're probably like losing yourself 10, 15 seconds doing this. Like all this kiting that you just wouldn't have. Like probably not 10 seconds actually, probably like 5 seconds. But those can kind of add up.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking there.
That's okay. Early
Probably
game's
just-
good. I mean, so far you're out farming and out influencing the lanes. Vega's gonna have a hard time in that lane now.
Yeah. How'd Jace die?
Oh, I don't even remember. He died when you guys got the double kill, so he must have got 1v1. Because Echo doesn't have an assist.
Oh yeah, that's right. True.
Cool. This is a pretty quick 6, dude. I'm really happy with this. Like that's a 656. That's pretty good for 2 ganks as well. I mean, you sacrifice influencing the map less, but you've now got your 6 power spike. So I hope you try and use that in the next.
Oh no, here we go. I think this. Okay.
Don't tell me you use it here.
I don't. I think. Hopefully I don't.
This Echo. Okay.
Okay.
Interesting. What was going through your head with that one?
Okay. So I was thinking to myself, I play Echo a lot, right?
Yeah.
And there's like certain animations, like when he throws his Q.
Yeah, you can hear it and you can see the little animation he does.
Yeah. I thought he threw that out, so I pressed R. So when it damaged me, the tower would grow into him, and it would be CC'd. So it'd be taking tower damage as well. That's just that's never on. I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah. You know his W doesn't aggro. It doesn't
Yeah,
do
no, but
damage.
when he throws at his Q,
Yeah, okay. Yeah. But I don't
and I
think it
misread
was
that.
his intention to ever try and dive you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just like you for the first 7 minutes you like I wouldn't say you sacrifice ganks, but you rush level 6, you get level 6, and then you waste the power spike like that.
Yeah.
So that's like a big kind of early game problem that it could you could do this multiple times, but it's really important that if you get a power spike, you don't just force it because you have the power spike. You actually think about, okay, I want to use this power spike bot, or I want to use it mid, rather than something like this where you could have at least like E'd round, chucked him in, and then when you see the W animation, then you are so you can't be disabled or something
Yeah.
like that.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Because now he also has Prio on you, and he has ult. I mean, you've got Veigar. Like, I'd fight him here. Yeah.
Yeah. Bot lane's not coming anyways.
Yeah, Myth. Myth, if a CC spell like Elise Cocoon or Echo W hits you under turret, because it doesn't do damage, it doesn't aggro turret. So unless a spell damages you in terms of like actual magic damage, scorch, whatever, it's not actually going to aggro the turret. Myth learned something new today.
Good. Do you reckon I'm kiting well the camps?
Yeah.
Anything I can
I'm just concerned now that you've only ganked twice in the first 8 minutes
Yeah.
of the game. The kiting's fine, yeah. That's good. It's good just to practice this like the whole game as well. It's most important on like your first and second clear, which like technically you're on your second clear now. But yeah, it's good. It's a good habit to get into. It also makes you like keeps you like a bit more nimble because you're constantly like moving. LS likes to call it wiggling, but I mean this isn't really wiggling. This is just decent kiting. Lucian has a 500 gold bounty. Wow. Okay. So something here, let's go back. What's on the map right now? Tell me everything Hecarim could do on the map right now in your position after these wolves.
There's always drag. I can't really gank mid because Echo's there.
Yep.
There's Rift.
Yep.
I can't really do anything but so I didn't realize at this time that Aurelia was there, so I could have probably just skipped red in my Raptors and just done that real quick with Jace.
Yeah.
Because Echo would still be pathing.
Yeah. You could have also secured first drag here pretty easily because you've got bot prior. That's something I would have looked for at 8 minutes 40. Like, do a quick stat check, realize your Lucian is 5-1, and go, okay, how can I... If I can't gank this bot lane, how can I help translate their little lead now into, like, a global lead for my whole team? And that would be Dragon, because you've got pressure here. This isn't really pressured, but worst case, it'll be a 3v3, because it'll be Echo Nort Ari versus Lucian Morgan you, and then Veigar will probably come around the same time as Kate. So I'd suggest like bit too much PVM here, and a bit more like gank orientation. Particularly like if given your attitude as well, like you feel like you're stuck in silver, this isn't the way to like try and get out. I know like you got to start enabling your teammates as well, or playing off teammates' success, rather than always going, you know, silver plays are bad or whatever. So I'm just going to power farm, get myself ahead, and then influence. Because the first like 15 minutes of the game as a jungler is arguably like the most important time. Particularly for ganks, but particularly for like getting, you know, that soul win condition as early as possible. As well as Rift Herald before 14 minutes.
Fair.
This is super risky. Yeah. Both your ganks mid have been a little bit questionable just because like that was never on with how Veigar was. Jeez, okay. I'd just back here.
I should back here.
Yeah. Good. That's actually a pretty decent trade. Yeah. It was all good up until then. Let's go back and analyze this a little bit. Okay, so we see Echo's W gone. Why do you use E here? Let's start off with why do you use your charge here?
Good question.
So generally when we want to use displacement or abilities like that, we'll use it when we're like A, either trying to get away, or B, trying to chase them down. So what you do here is you remove one of your 2 escape routes, which is your E and your R. So now you've only got one more escape route in case this fight goes pear-shaped. You've also underutilized the effectiveness of E, because we know Hecarim's E deals most damage when you get it up to 100 stack. I don't know if you know that, but it like charges up over time and does more damage based on that duration. And you're also, so basically like an auto attack is as valuable as what you're doing with your E right now.
All right.
So I'd encourage like not to use a escape or gap closer unless you need to escape or gap close. Use it for its intended purpose, or if you're not using it for its intended purpose, make sure you're using it for its like second purpose, which is damage, and make sure it's actually to its maximum effectiveness rather than just because you can, which that's what that E kind of felt like. You're like, oh shit, Echo's just come in, I'm like super excited, I want to get the kill, I'm just gonna E right now. Whereas you could have even charged up your E in this bush, waited for him to like take maybe a little bit of damage here, maybe even smites the Krug early, and then you start the fight. Because there was no reason for you to early engage this.
Yeah.
So like there's no reason you have to like give away your position yet. I mean, he was coming in, so yeah, I guess so. But yeah. And this is probably basic, like, just because you haven't played Hecarim in weeks, so it's like, you're also kind of getting used to the champion as well. That's why I generally, like, encourage not to try new champions that you haven't played for a while. Because, like, these little rusty things like that come exposed, and in really close games, they become, like, much more exaggerated than, say, if you were, like, winning this game pretty easily. I can just make the difference between like mini trades like that where you pretty much died for nothing there. Do you agree or like with that fight?
Great. I agree.
Cool. Like if you don't agree with what I'm saying as well, I'd much rather you just like say it and then we can actually like talk, because I don't believe I'm always right as well. And I'm always open for that kind of discussion.
Well, I mean, it was a stupid fight anyways.
Yeah.
Especially since I saw another 2 people topside. I mean, if it took longer than, I don't know, 15 seconds, I would have died anyways.
Yeah. Wow, this Morg's playing well. I hope you do drag. Cool. Beautiful.
Oh, I'll do dragon for sure.
Good. So what do we know at this stage of the game in terms of like current win conditions for your team?
Lucian.
Yeah.
We don't really have Soul on the board yet. This is the first dragon.
Yep.
Yeah,
just in terms of your players' win conditions. So like just individual champions.
Individual champions.
Yeah. Just Lucian, basically.
Yeah, and
So-
maybe Veigar if he wants to scale a bit, but
Yeah. But he's 0-3.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the main problem.
So in my opinion, at 11 minutes in a game when Jace has shown no potential to carry, and Veigar, arguably, we've kind of lost that lane for him because that first gank we gave double buff, and then that second gank we kind of forced Veigar into an unfavorable situation. I would now kind of give up on those two lanes and like put my eggs into the Lucian basket and really hope that we can push a victory or at least get us out of early mid game, let Veigar scale through Lucian. So I'd expect now like a hyper priority on ganking bot lane or making sure they can stay ahead. Whether that's like getting pressure, counter jungling, warding, ganking, all those kind of things. Or you could go the route of, okay, Veigar and Jace are 0-3, let's try and get one of these guys back into the game. And then you'd go, okay, Jace doesn't really scale, and given that he's already 0-3, he's meant to be a lane bully, so his kind of days are pretty much numbered. But okay, as you identified, Veigar does scale, so maybe we come back on the Veigar. But given the context that we know our first two ganks didn't go really well, I assume you and Veigar's relationship at the moment isn't probably the best.
I think this is the reason why I got tilted.
Yeah. Oh, this moment right here?
Oh no, like the Veigar.
Oh, okay, yeah. Were you guys talking to each other?
I'm not sure, but I do remember me telling Veigar to chillax.
Yeah.
Until I come and gank, but that was like in his first death because he kept on taking unfavorable.
Yeah.
Yeah, just don't look at that. That's bad.
Yeah. So we've now made 3 mistakes mid in the first 12 minutes of the game, and this is something that's super weird, but whenever we focus on a champ, like an ally champion, well, not whenever, but most of the time when we focus on an ally champion that's doing badly, we sometimes try to overhelp or like keep going back to them because we want to try and help, or because we're constantly focused on them in our mind, we unconsciously go, okay, I'm just going to gank mid now. And all 3 ganks that have happened mid have gone terribly. And if we can identify after the first gank that, okay, maybe I just leave this lane, or the next gank has to be like completely set up perfectly to actually go for this again. Because all we're doing right now is tilting yourself and tilting Veigar and giving them pretty much a win con. Now they've got a as good win condition as they do Lucian, plus this top lane. So I'd like try to identify based on like the actions in the game of like, okay, theoretically like this Veigar and Ahri, okay, Ahri beats Veigar early game, but it shouldn't be this kind of score. But okay, if it's getting to this score, let's just sacrifice the Veigar and try something else because it hasn't worked now for the 3rd time. Are we going to do it a 4th time? Are we going to do it a 5th time? Or are we just going to leave it at 1 time, 2 times, 3 times?
And with that, the mistake thing, do you reckon I should go with it for the first time or the second time, like to leave him?
I think it depends, because it depends on also how tilted you are with that player and how, like, if they've been aggressive after the first gank. So I'd say it's very situational. I like to give, like, players generally 2 chances. So, like, first gank, if it doesn't go well, second gank, if it doesn't go well, then you usually try and give up on them. Unless they're obviously your duo queue partner, or, you know, there's some other reason why it didn't work. Like just unlucky or something like that. But in the all 3 situations here, the first gank was like shitty. You got kind of, I mean, the flash charm was really well played by Ahri. The second one was you kind of baited Veigar into this. So like you were here, he was here, and he was trying to get like the CC on for your engage. And it was just kind of the gank was never on. And then this 3rd one, again, was just never on. You saw Veigar get caught. You may as well just let him get caught.
Yeah, fair enough.
So I think it's up to you. And the best way to do it is just trial and error. So, like, give up on a lane, like, after 2 chances, see how it goes. But I would also... It also depends, because, like, some laners actually get tilted when you gank their lane. If you've, like, fucked them up the first time, or if they believe you've fucked them up for the first gank, they'll then get really tilted if you ever come to their lane again. Or some will like keep crying for ganks after the first one failed. So it's very situational, I think. That's good shot down. Nice.
Yeah. I remember all of what you just said in my head.
Cool. It's more just actively thinking like, okay, this lane is like a bit awkward now,
Mm-hmm.
and making sure you like keep an eye on that. You like the traps.
All I'm gonna say was I liked. Nothing
That's
more,
a
nothing
classic
less.
excuse. That's my favorite.
Traps are my best friend, man.
Jesus, that electrocute proc is massive. Good back. Okay, so this is actually you learning. Like, the third time you still tried to save Veigar, even though he was pretty much dead. This time you just gave up on him. So at least, like, regardless of how tilted you both are off that little situation, at least you both didn't die for it.
Mm-hmm.
So there is some natural learning going on there, like whether that's subconscious or not.
I mean,
Wow.
I didn't think I baited him that time.
No,
Another
no,
time.
no.
Another-
I mean, you weren't really going for the gank in that situation. You were... I'm not sure what you were doing. I assumed you were trying to take his raptors.
No, I was I was waiting to see if he would try and push the wave because if he did, he had no R. It would be an
Okay.
easy gank.
Cool.
And also the tower was really low, so I was like, will he get greedy? Probably.
Do you ever turret dive?
I try to, but most times it ends up pear-shaped.
Oh my god. Okay. I guess we'll see this one. Nice.
In the trap again.
Yep. That's fine. Okay, we hear the global. They've got Rift Herald. What do you do?
I should be
Good.
looking to counter jungle.
Yeah, perfect. I thought you were going to walk away. That's good. This is a really good sign. This is your first time you've countered jungle to 15 minutes. It's not necessarily a bad thing. But I generally find junglers tend, like, one of the big things is, like, underappreciating counter jungling or knowing when to counter jungle. This is a really good time to counter jungle. So good job.
Yeah.
Now you should back here. Perfect. Cool.
Yeah.
Now what's next on the map?
Drag would be up soon, right?
Yeah.
How I can't set the timer for it. Where is it again?
I don't know if you can. I just use the little grey timer to be like, okay, it's up in like roughly a minute.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So drag's up. You're going top side.
What I should do in this situation is just go straight to drag because I see Echo top side right there.
Yeah. And you've
But-
already got... Oh my god.
where's
Oh,
that one?
is he inting? That's,
This is what's making me tilt.
yeah. This is not on.
Yeah, I should just either go down, get drag, or
Yeah. Again, we misused the ult to not counter Echo's CC.
yeah.
Fuck, Echo's so annoying.
That's him with that as well.
Yep.
But the correct play I should have done here was just go straight for drag.
Yeah.
That's my bad.
That's okay. The good thing is you identified that without me having to say anything. So,
I reckon I know what to do.
yeah.
It's just I'm trash at doing it.
Yeah.
Like I think I get too trigger happy. Like I just do things that make me feel like I'm the best in that setting.
I think you also autopilot.
Yeah.
So like you don't actually think, okay, it's 15 minutes now. What should I be doing? Or okay, my Lucian's 5-1. How can I extend that lead to another lane or to, win the game or do something? Because I think we over focused on mid lane that was a losing lane. Partly your fault, partly Veigar's fault. I'm not going to say it was either one of you because some of those ganks were a bit sketchy.
Yeah.
And I think
Agreed.
that's important as well, to like be accountable when something does go wrong. Even though you could be tilted at Veigar here, he also kind of has a right to be tilted at you. Ideally, neither of you should be tilted at each other, but it's solo queue, so we need to be realistic. Nice. Okay, good. Very good.
They should get turret here, right?
Yep.
Sweet.
You had an option there of continuing to push with them.
How much gold did I have when I back?
You had about 1,700, so it's like it's a decent reason to back. And we didn't really know that they were going to do this, but at least hopefully you rotate top. Yeah, cool. So I think actually in hindsight, this is the better option because this push, Echo can just clear wave with his Q. So this is fine. This is a bit risky. Are you
I don't know
purposely
that
not
he's
going sweeper, or do you prefer the yellow trinket in this game?
I think in this game I was just tilted at the Vega, so I forgot to switch.
Yeah.
Until later when I got a hold of myself, I was like, hold on,
Okay.
oracles.
That's probably one of the most insightful pieces of information we've got in this entire game. You being tilted is actually making you make incorrect decisions, and now you just identified it yourself. So, like, what are some strategies we could have used this game to reduce the tilt, like, reduce your own tilt?
Breathe in 3 times. Breathe out 3 times.
Do you legitimately do that to help yourself detilt?
No, I just shake my head
Okay.
like really fast, and then I just breathe in really quick, and then breathe out really quick, and then look back at the screen like, okay.
Fair enough. Do you mute?
It's like to reset myself. Yeah, if they're being really toxic, I
Okay.
mute.
Okay. This is fine. You get out. I really hope.
It's a bad pathing. Bad pathing from me.
I hope you are.
I should have just went directly in.
You could have hard to counter the charm. That's a 700 gold shutdown. Fuck.
Yeah, I should. That's just bad pathing from me.
Yeah. I mean, but you also did have a chance to get out there with the bad pathing with your R.
Yeah. Please tell me I buy trinkets. Yeah, oracles here. But yeah, that's just bad pathing.
Oh my god, Chase gets cancelled. That's so sad. Okay, cool.
Lucian is overextended here. I don't know why he's there. They should just give up.
Yeah. I mean, everyone's getting a bit desperate at this point.
Yeah. What's the difference in gold? It's like 7K, right?
Yeah, it's not much. I bet you feel you're a lot more behind though,
Yeah.
because there's 19 to 13 kills.
Oh,
Oh,
6 kills difference isn't even that much.
Yeah. But they've also got a turret up on you.
Turret. No, it's just... I just look at my Vega and Jace's KDA and I tunnel vision on that, I think,
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah. This is not on.
Yeah, okay. I was waiting to see if the Kent would go there by herself. If
Yeah.
she did, I would have killed her. If not,
It's good.
Yep.
Good initiative. I like the thought process.
I think this is the time where I detoxify myself.
Good. How?
Hopefully.
What triggered you to start detoxifying yourself?
Just that death, because I know that was completely my fault, and that snapped me out of it. And I was like, hold on, that's my fault. I need to fix it up. And
Cool.
the death from the Ari, and I was like, oh my goodness, completely my bad.
Yeah. Okay, that's good.
Bad pathing again. I should take a safer route.
Yeah.
I should take a safer route. I should went
You
behind.
being here is fine. Yeah, it's just the path you chose.
Mm.
This is not good. Yeah. Theoretically, you could go for the kill on Kate here, because you know 4 are mid, if you wanted to. Okay, cool. Bad luck.
Oh, 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 oh.
Do you get this? Nice. Okay, good.
Yeah, I do.
Outcome's still the same, so that's fine. I'd back here.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Jesus.
The enemy team's getting a bit restless right now, I'm guessing.
Yep. It's good. Good.
I think I should, in this position, look at bot side. I think
I
I'm
really
kind of
hope you don't
vision-
do red after these. Okay, good. Good. Why do you go Sterax over, let's say, a dead man's?
It's recommended first.
Okay.
I know it's a stupid reason to go for it first.
Yeah.
But yeah, I reckon I should go Demen's best.
Yeah.
But
Jerome's
I-
Fist as well, the build path as well as a problem. Jerome's Fist is arguably one of the least gold efficient items in the game. So
Yeah.
Sterax build path, there's a reason not many people go Sterax anymore, just because the build path itself is so shit. And whereas a Deadman's is like you either buy a Giant's Belt or a Cloth Armor. Both are really good, because like Giant's Belt's great for magic and it's instant, whereas you have to stack Jerome's, however you want to say it, the Fist. You have to stack it. So I'd highly recommend going Deadman's, also because it synergizes really well with Hecarim, your runes and Ghost, as
Yeah.
well as gives you the damage.
I think at this stage of the game, I was thinking, because both, I'd say the Echo is ahead of me right now, and the Ari's ahead.
Yeah.
That I would, by buying Deadman's is pretty much a waste
Okay.
of money, because they're so ahead right now that even if I bought it, I'd still be popping. Plus,
Yeah.
it's armor.
Yeah.
And armor is not a thing against those champs.
So then why not Spirit Visage? Because that
True.
synergizes really well with Hecarim.
Yeah, true.
Especially Conqueror, especially your W.
That's some facts right there.
Yeah. That's cool. That's build path, that's one thing. What was the recommended? Were you looking at it literally through the shop or through a guide or?
Through the shop.
Okay.
Which is why you don't see me doing crit Hecarim.
Fucking crits.
Hey, it works. It works. It's
Yeah.
fantastic.
I'm sure. I have played it before in ARAM. It's pretty fun.
You just one shot everyone.
You've actually got level on Echo. That's pretty good.
It's because of the early farming.
Yeah.
This is
It's fine. You get up.
okay, good. Okay. Oof.
This is actually... It's a really good catch. What can you guys do with this? This is Baron, by the way.
Force Baron, yeah. But
No
people-
one's pinging it.
Yeah.
I mean, this is fine as well. The push is fine. But that's definitely a Baron killing Echo. This is not.
This is
Yeah. You could have used
No.
that. Okay, cool. Okay, that's fine.
You don't know. The wall has to be queued, man. You don't understand. It gives us a major buff. Trust.
You love those Kate traps as well.
Well, it's just for BM. You know when
Yeah.
they die and you're like, oh, it's a Kate trap. May as well step in it.
This is now just pointless. Nice. Oh wow. Okay.
Damn.
Oh my god, that Echo one shot. You actually stayed alive for so long there. That was pretty good.
I pinged it. I pinged.
Yeah.
But he should have left.
That fight was probably never on in hindsight. Like, I feel like you guys were lucky to get that after Veigar got caught.
I reckon. I don't think I was tilted at. Oh, I still have those trinkets. I don't. I don't think I was tilted at Vega at this point. But that play, if I was tilted, that would have made me like tilt even more and fully be toxic because like in a mobile squishy running through a forest with none of his team near him. Well, I was in the bush up, but I couldn't really peel for him. I waited like 3 seconds. And then with an Ari over there that I'm pretty sure I pinged, I'm pretty sure. And then he just takes a stroll through the forest and dies. I reckon that would have tilted me a bit.
Yeah. And what can we see also from all the gold in your guys' pockets versus theirs?
Mia and Lucian. We should play off of Mia and Lucian.
No. So this is the gold that you
Oh, okay,
currently
okay.
have not
Oh,
spent.
that's what you mean. That's what you mean.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what's that? 2k, 3k, 4k, 5k gold not spent versus what's that, like 1k, 1.2k, 1.3k? So you guys are actually playing this fight behind. Just because you have momentum doesn't actually mean you have the advantage.
I'm
All
pretty
you-
sure
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm pretty sure I pinged before for them to back because we can check. I'm pretty sure. If not, it's just a memory lapse. But because if once you come off of a winning fight, right, and they spend all the gold, you have to back as well. Otherwise, you're just inting.
Yeah.
If you fight them again. Yeah. I mean,
All I remember is you
in-
doing
in-
a vision ping. Oh no, okay, you do
Yeah.
one. Okay, you've actually done quite a few.
yeah, singling them to back. Nice jump fake. At this point, we should just turn around and run.
Yeah. Because three of you have shut down gold bounties on you as well, and you've all got a lot of money. Like, you guys make it work for a little bit, but ultimately the Echo gets the quad, which now makes him freaking unkillable.
Yeah.
And like, I know it wasn't like your whole team wanted to this fight, but I think like trying to take a bit more leadership, like even start your recall to show them your intentions, because you sitting here as well, like indicates to your team that you kind of are looking for a gank. Whereas if you're backing, you can always cancel a recall, right? But if you're literally standing here, it looks like your team kind of subconsciously or consciously realizes that, okay, this Hecarim wants to fight. Let's do it as well. And it almost gives the confidence of the Veigar to come here. Whereas if maybe you started recalling in this bush, and you could have just kept cancelling it, it might have deterred Veigar here, and then this whole situation wouldn't have happened.
Fair.
But I think you staying with your team is like a good idea, because it was in the end a 4 for 5. I don't know if Morgana died in that fight, but it was like a 4 for 4, 4 for 5. But the risk of that entire skirmish was not good, and you guys do lose an inhib for it.
Yep.
Again, that's like power of hindsight and being able to pause and understand what your goals are. But a good one of like when to back, like if you have 1.1k gold, for example, chances are your team probably has a similar amount. So then you times pretty much your gold by 4 and go, okay, we've got 5k, we just ace them. Let's back after we've aced them, or let's back after we get the tier 2. Because if we take the next fight, we're actually behind them. We're not in front of them in terms of items.
I've been doing that in my recent games as well because I've realized that what I've been doing is bad at the end thing, and it's been turning out well.
Yep. I like how you're always with your team now, though. I see, like, the de-tilting yourself is working. Because even though you guys aren't making the right decisions, at least you're doing it together. So it's like you guys are kind of working it out slowly that, okay, we're learning, we're evolving, we're slowly learning what to do, what not to do.
And now we have more gold upon them. I didn't realize at this point that we had more gold than them.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy, right? This is how misleading, like, all these things are. Like, all you're probably focusing on is the fact that, like, Ari's 11-3, Echo's 8-2, and then you've got a 4-8 Veigar, and now Lucian, who was 5-1, 5-6. But you guys are actually still ahead in gold. This is good. I really like this. I cannot... Are you... What is Kate doing? Okay. Please tell me you run. Okay, good. Nice. That's fine. You won't die there. Okay. The ult was a little bit int, but you're a tanky boy. Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. You're wasting resources. Oh my god, that Kate straps.
She's trigger happy with the traps.
You've theoretically big brain baited them here. Because they're just focusing on you now. This Morg's actually playing really well. Okay, this is a really good catch by you guys. What do you guys do with this lead? You better
Something
not be
bad.
backing. Look what's on the map. Why are you backing here?
Mate, show me my items real quick. Okay. Okay, show me my health and mana. Okay, okay, this is what I reckon. I was thinking at this point. My health and mana are somewhat low, and I've got enough to get the, what do you call it? The 30 health, no, sorry, 30 armor, 30 magic resist
Legion?
item for DD.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
that
Legion.
sense. Yeah, yeah.
And then a sword. So I was like, you know what? This is fine to back, and I pinged them away from it. But in hindsight, I probably should have stayed getting the passive mana from the jungle, and you know, I probably should have stayed here.
Oh, and also, like, take leadership. Like, this isn't the right call what your team's doing, but, like, going to Dragon is definitely the right call here.
Yeah.
Instead, Echo gets, like, a... Assume he's going to get... Okay, he doesn't get any kills. It does.
No, he's gonna get kills.
Okay.
Okay, good.
It's like, we still could have... You definitely could have got dragged there.
I just think this right now is when I start to tilt a bit because of that thing. How they didn't listen to the ping.
Shut down.
This Echo is a strong man. Jeez. Okay, at least you get the 1k shut down. I mean, your team isn't playing this well. Sorry, like, I'm just focusing on you. Like, your team didn't play that well at all. Like, the Lucian played that really badly. He didn't even heal.
I think at this point, I didn't care that the drag was up
Yeah.
Because I couldn't get DD off
Yeah.
that 1k shutdown. Damn. How much money do I have in pocket?
1.5. Death Stance is a very expensive item.
Yeah, I think another couple hundred gold would have done it though.
Yeah.
I think I said it now. It's very risky.
Is Kate lagging? What's happening here?
I don't know.
Oh, we'll take it.
Yeah.
Good. I'm not sure why there's 3 mid here when drag's up, but at least Morg's coming over. That's
I
really
see that-
sad. You guys had that drag. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll get it. Oh god.
Goodbye, Vager. I even pinged it. Yeah, that was a mistake. Ooh,
Yeah.
yikes.
I don't think you've actually used R correctly once this entire game. If
I
I'm
know
being
that-
honest.
Yeah, I
Maybe
probably should've
once
used-
that was like optimal, but not, you know, or like okay, but not the best. Which is something that comes not through your ability to play Hecarim. It's just you haven't played this champion. So it's like you're immediately putting yourself at a handicap. And now it's just like Fiesta.
Yeah.
So I'd really encourage, like, if you're really frustrated that you're in silver, just pick three junglers that you want to play. I mean, we know jungle is the least popular role right now, so you're gonna get jungle all the time. Just pick 3 that are like versatile. You can add Hecarim into the mix, but make sure you're actually like playing him enough so that there's not these little micro mistakes where you're like Eing in a fight like this with Echo taking your Krugs. You know, you're using your R optimally. You're not like getting too excited for engages like this one where Aurelia here and Kate here. You're kind of ulting for no reason, ulting for no reason, ulting for no reason. That just comes with experience on the champion and like comfort.
I mean,
If you're playing like 20 games a day, okay, it's fine to play like 10 junglers or something like that. But we have lives, you know, you're probably, how many games a day would you say you play?
maybe 5?
Yeah. So it's like, realistically, we cannot really master, you know, 10, 15 jungle champions. But it's also your priorities. Like, if you really want to get out of silver, you're just going to have to get a really small champion pool and just grind the shit out of them.
Well, the problem with the really small champion pool is because remember how I played Graves and Olaf and Echo, right?
Yeah.
I just found all of them to be boring, which is why I switched it up to Hecarim, Graves.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Hecarim, Gragas, whoever else, Evelyn.
That's fine. You just got to understand though that that is gonna hinder your ability to climb as quick as, say, if you stayed with the Olaf Graves, because they're a lot like Gragas. I think is one of the lowest win rate junglers at the moment. So like it's fine because it's silver. Like any champion works up to like diamond. Even in diamond, you can make any champion work. It's more just like understanding that you're picking new champs. You got to understand that is going to delay your ability to climb, because you kind of have to whether you've played them or not, you're going to have to relearn and remaster them to an extent. So it's just going to delay. Like, as long as you're understanding that it will slow you down every time you change your champion pool, that's fine.
All right.
But like, if you're really wanting to get out of silver, I would just grind the boring champs, like the Olaf, the Graves that you find boring. Like, if being bored for like 50, 100 games outweighs like your pain of being in silver. So it's like preference as well. If you want to have more fun, like play champions you enjoy, or just grind out those champions you know you're good at and you get good win rates on, even if they're boring. So like, neither's right or wrong.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I think I got tilted there, which is why I misused my R.
Yeah.
Because I'm used to chasing down opponents with when I'm Olaf or
Yeah.
go. I usually just use like spam abilities, like for the Olaf it's his axe and with Echo it's his E and his Q,
Yeah.
which is why like how do I put this? Like words come to me. Which is why you know how like muscle
Muscle memory.
memory.
Yeah.
Yeah, memory, which is why I usually just press heaps of buttons in that one,
Yep.
and which is why I press start. Like it's like my memory saying, oh, this is like the same exact situation as an Olaf, right? I could pretty much go in, take as much damage if I was as fed as I was right now, and I had items on Olaf. I
Yep.
could probably go in there, get a kill, come out, and be like half health. But
Yep.
because I'm Hecarim, it's just I'm not realizing the limits of my own champion.
Yeah, and that again is you haven't played Hecarim in week, which again, like I'm not saying there's anything wrong with not playing Hecarim in weeks, but you got to understand that like you're not going to play Hecarim optimally. Like the chances of you playing like a perfect Hecarim game or a good Hecarim game is significantly lower than say those champions where you're like, even when you play other champions, you're thinking of those champions kind of thing.
Yeah.
I mean, your engage here wasn't bad. It's just your ult was like it was just a bit of an overextension. Whereas your ult, like right now, would be awesome. Maybe not to get you out, but at least to get the other guys out or something like that, or even just run away from the Irelia.
And this is the
Yeah.
end.
Yeah. Like the catch, the actual idea here is just unlucky because of Fog of War and lack of vision. Your catch here was like a really good initiative. Like, okay, if I can catch this Ahri, great. But as soon as you have to R to catch her, then you got to understand that it's very risky if you don't have vision of the enemy.
Agreed.
But I see what you're trying to do. Like you're frustrated. You're trying to like bring this game back, and so you're like overlooking for opportunities to end the game. But what it actually ends up doing is making you guys lose the game.
All right.
But it's not just you. I'm just trying to focus on the things that are happening with you.
Okay.
Because there's no point
Fair
focusing on the 9 other players in this game because we're not them and we can't change their behaviors.
I wish.
That's why duo
You
queues
can
are
play
free.
like me, far out. Ah, Joe Q.
If you find a good partner.
Yeah. All my school friends. Oh my goodness. All my other GQ partners.
All bad.
They're all. Well, they were bronze and iron. Look at that Nunu game there. It's first time Nunu.
Was
In
that the one you
ranked.
put in Discord?
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh no, I think I played him a game
okay.
before as well, but first time in ranked. Sounds more impressive.
Very nice. just okay, this is the best example I'm going to give you of what your priorities need to be right now. So you like let's look at Olaf, Graves and your Olaf, Echo, Graves win rates. And then look at those compared to your overall. And now I know you got bored on these champs, right? So that's fine, but as long as that boredom outweighs your want to get into gold or to get into plat, I would suggest learning a new champion pool. But if it doesn't, if you want to get out of gold more than anything get out of silver more than anything else, these 3 champions are looking like your keys. And you could add another one. You could add a Nunu or you could add a Hecarim. Like a 4 champion pool's fine. Even a 5, because you're playing 5 games a day. I think 5 would be okay. And this is not. Is this your main account?
I guess yeah.
This isn't your first season playing though, right?
No.
Okay, cool. So like, yeah, you've played the game for a couple of seasons, so I think 5 champions in your champion pool is fine. But let's be strict on it if you want to get out of gold. I get out of silver.
All right.
Do you do you agree? Do you don't think
That's
that's a good
big
thing?
talk. Well, it's just that I find most champs boring.
Yeah.
Well, not most champs, like champs that have simplistic designs, I find are boring after like 50 games.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, yeah, but now it's just doing the same combos over and over and over again. Whereas someone like Hecarim, you have to like position yourself, and it's different each time.
Yeah.
And even Nunu, it's different each time.
Yeah, it's honestly just it's just how you want to play League. Like that it does I would say play League how you want to play League. I wouldn't say do it to get out of gold unless that's what you want to do. Cuz I play League, I just play champs I want to play most of the time. Like on stream, I'm usually playing the champion that I want to play rather than the champion that's probably like the best in that situation. But you got to accept that you're not going to climb as quickly. So as long as you understand there's a trade-off between, giving up your Olaf, Echo, and Graves for other champions, that's fine. But you got to be realistic, and you can't beat yourself up for not getting the same win rates on Hecarim, Nunu, and Eve. Getting 60% win ratios on those three, just because you had 60% on Olaf, Echo, and Graves.
All right.
So I think
Yes,
it's a
fair
question for yourself. There's no right or wrong. It's just how you want to play the game.
And okay. Well, yeah. All right.
Don't you like? I'm not. I don't expect like you come up with it in your own time. But if you make an answer, like tell me, and I'll make sure you're accountable to it if you want. But
All right. Yeah.
I mean,
Can we do that?
yeah, yeah, for sure.
I just can't think of stuff on the spot.
Yeah, that's fine. It's more almost like rhetorical as well. Like just understand what your number one priority in League is, and then play to that.
All right. All right. All right.
Winning is
Also-
better than being bored, Taylor Kanchana says. Don't listen to her.
Yeah. She's my Jericho partner, man. I have to listen to her. No, but what do you reckon of my set? Because I haven't been really finding success the set, but let's check set full gameplay games. But I really like his champion.
Yeah.
Like because like I find that set is the new Olaf for me, if that makes sense.
Yep. I wouldn't give yourself I wouldn't judge yourself on set until you've played at least 30 rank games on him, and then even up to 50. Like if you're still trying to make him work, go to 50 games on him, and then make your choice. I don't think you can make it off. What have you? You've played quite a few. 1, 2, 3. Okay, you've played quite a few, but I wouldn't make the choice yet. Because there's a lot of variety here, like 10-1, 1-3, 1-4, 12-7, 9-2, 4-5, 6-3. So it's like pendulum swings here, where there's no real consistent ground yet to make like an educated decision on whether your set is good or bad. Personally, I hate diverse sets. Like I think set jungle, it's like a better version of Vi. It pretty much beats every other jungler in a 1v1. And the team fight is just busted because of your ult.
And the W is
Yeah,
really good as well.
His rundown, his regen. There's a lot of good things about Set. And like these all look really promising, particularly like your KP. It's all looking pretty good here.
Skips over the 41 and 35.
Yeah, well, that's fine. It'd still average out to like over 50%, which is really good.
Yeah.
And you're still finding really good CS. I mean, besides that one. But again, it would still average out to like 5.5 CS a minute with like a 50 plus KP, which is amazing.
So what you're saying is I should not be in silver?
No, I'm not saying that because you have a 51% win ratio. I'm saying these champions are fine, but we need to stick to them if we want to get out of silver. Any rank you're in, you deserve to be there. You got to prove the MMR system wrong.
All right.
Everyone says they don't deserve to be in silver. No one says they deserve to be in silver. Everyone says they don't deserve to be in silver.
Yeah, true.
So like,
Yeah,
if
but
you're good enough to get out of silver, you'll do it. There's ways you can like hack it by like, let's say, grinding Olaf, Echo, and Graves, but that's not fun. We know it's not fun for you personally. So you just got to decide. Yeah, again, it comes back to that question.
all right. I think I'm ready to take on the world.
Do you have a second account?
Yeah.
Do you play on it much?
No, not really.
What rank is
I
it?
It's like level 15. I only
Okay.
play with my friends on that, and I just play champ, so I don't really play, and I just screw around on it.
Fair enough. If you want to test the theory of you don't deserve to be in silver, get a level 30 account and see how high you can climb in 100, 150 rank games. Because it's
All right.
fresh MMR, you'll be able to choose the champions you use from the get-go. So whether that's Olaf, Echo, Graves, or Set, or just a Hecarim, or Set, Hecarim, Echo, and then come back to me in like 100, 150 games on that account. If you're not gold, I almost guarantee you probably will be gold on that account. You'll climb quicker on a fresh account. But again, that's if you want to get out. Like if you just want to prove to yourself that you want to get out gold, that's get out of silver. That's the best way to do it. If you want to get out of gold out of silver on this account, choose that champion pool, stick to it. Or if you just want to have fun, just play the champions that you find enjoyment out of, and generally they will correlate to champions that you're good at, but just understand that journey is going to be longer than the champions you've already identified that you're good at to get
All right.
out of silver.
All right. That makes sense.
So
I'm
you got
fine with
3
that.
options there. None are unrealistic or unreasonable, I don't think.
Yeah. I'd agree with that statement.
I mean, like, it's just what we want to do at the end of the day.
Oh my goodness, a lot of information in my brain. It's hurting.
Yeah, it's okay. It'll be recorded, so
Yeah, I'll look
I'll-
back on it in the future.
yeah. So the big 4 I had, I mean, we touched upon the 4th one, but I'll just say it anyway at the end. But
Yeah.
that game particular, like less PVM focus, but looking at your match history now, I don't think you actually do have a PVM problem. I think it is when you're on a new champion, you might go to like player versus monster, so like not
Yeah.
player versus player. Cool. I think maybe when you go to a new champion or a champion you haven't played in weeks, you go to the basic or the safest option, which is farm up and then start influencing the map. Whereas maybe like your Set, you play it a much more aggressively, or like your Olaf or your Echo or your Graves, you actually gank a lot more just because you're more comfortable on that champion. So maybe that's just Hecarim, and it seems like it was just an isolated case there. So I wouldn't focus on that too much. Unless you find yourself on certain champions just PVMing too much.
Well, I find that sometimes just farming it up, if you're like a late game, not a late game, but like a mid game champ that
Yeah.
you can't really get online until mid game, like Evelyn. Like you can get her
Yeah.
online at level 6.
Yeah.
But I find that just farming it up is fine.
Yeah.
But then I guess that directly correlates to me playing other champions, where it's just like the similar play styles. No, like sorry, different play styles make me play that different play style to another champion. If that makes sense, to another
Yeah.
champion.
And
So
that's why the small champ pool is best, or just focusing on a couple of champs every time and rotating every month or something even.
Also, just a question: would you reckon because I really like the idea of assassins in the jungle
Yeah, because
because you can, yeah, Kha'Zix, you
he's
could easily
busted.
snowball your lead.
he is
Yeah,
fucked. He is so strong.
Well, I want to start learning him and put him in my champion pool of like the 3 champs. Do you
Cool.
reckon
I
that'd be fine
Yeah.
if I learn him?
I think so. It's just again a question of, do you want to learn it in ranked, or do you want to learn it in flex, or do you want to learn it in normal games?
Well, I usually put my champions that I play in ranked. They usually have been through like maybe 5 to 10 games in normals.
Cool. That's
which is
a
not
really
even that
I think
much.
that's a really good system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I usually play them with my friends. Even like the troll junglers, like Vayne jungle or Phyllis jungle.
I rate Vayne jungle.
The Phyllis jungle is better, by the way.
How could it possibly be better?
Hey! You cycle through your guns, and once you hit that graviton, oh, oh, it's good. The ganks you can pull off are amazing.
Vayne's ganks aren't bad either once you hit 6 as well, because you can invis.
Yeah, for like half a second.
And also you can do objectives really quick on Vayne because of a W. But yeah.
Hey,
And she's a
check
bit more
my
mobile.
affiliates. Yeah, but check my Phyllis jungle game. The second one, the first one my friend entered. Check the Phyllis jungle and it works. Not in ranked, it's in normals.
Oh, okay.
I would never do a Phyllis jungle in ranked.
This. Oh no, that's here.
Hey, but that 2248 jungle ADC was
This
pretty
one? This one?
good. Hey, no. But the last one, the last Phyllis game, my friends purposefully trolled because he didn't realize a Phyllis jungle was a thing.
It's not a thing.
It is a thing.
It's okay.
It is a thing. You can see the CS
Never
per
ask
minute
me
and
again why
my
you're
kill
silver if
participation.
you think Aphelios jungle is a thing.
Hey, you go crit Affiliate jungle, easy win.
Easy
win.
win.
Easy win. That's why I died. That's why I lost those 2 times.
Okay. It wasn't your fault.
Yeah, it's Steve's fault.
Was this when you played with Steve?
Yeah, he played Katarina ADC.
I love that you're all like finding each other. It's so cool. That's good. That's what I want.
Agreed.
So I'm really happy about that. Yep. Second one, use power spikes, but don't force them. So like as we saw that you did under turret against Echo.
Bit of a
Particularly because
yikes,
you
yeah.
play against Echo, like you play Echo a lot as well, so you should know what he's typically going to do. So you should never get outplayed by Echo.
Well, I reckon it's just because I haven't played Echo in a long time.
Yeah.
So I reckon I'm just like, oh, champion. If like I'm focusing too much on what my champion can do, so
Yeah.
I'm like, Echo's half health. I don't look at the hologram behind him. I'm like, Echo's half. If I confirm, he's pretty much dead.
Yeah.
And it just all goes down the drain from there.
Yep. Again, that's just because once you stop focusing on Hecarim, which comes from, playing 30, 40 games on him, you just realize, okay, I'm Hecarim, and then you start looking outward instead of inward. Like, you're comfortable with farming, you're comfortable with ganking. Now you're focusing on, okay, how can I best gank this guy, or how can I best duel Echo, rather than, oh shit, I see an enemy, let's attack. And then that would just come through like quantity of games. So that'll fix itself. If I see Hecarim at like 40 games in your champion pool here and there's still problems, then we'd relook at that. But I think that will iron itself out. I think a lot of the mistakes we were focusing on in this game will iron themselves out if you play, 10, 20, 30 Hecarim games over the next coming weeks.
So it's just the problems of the champions. But I still need to work on stuff myself. But it's just like not playing with comfortable champions.
Yeah, you're
So
just playing like it felt uncomfortable that game. Like watching that game, you felt it felt like I felt uncomfortable watching what you were doing, and you knew as well.
Good to hear.
No, but you knew it as like I wasn't even prompting. Like you're like, okay, yep, that was bad, and you literally tell me why it was bad. Which means it is. You're just uncomfortable on that champion, which makes us make mistakes. It's a human thing.
So what you're saying is, I shouldn't play him I should play him often, but not in a ranked game, and see and iron out those mistakes, so that I can play him in ranks successfully.
Yep.
So like I get comfortable in the champion, basically.
Yeah, I mean that game itself, like. I wouldn't even say you have to pull him out of your ranked. I mean, you could just keep him in there if you want, but it's again up to you on how you'd prefer to learn him. Like, I think the way you play Hecarim is fine for Silver 4. Like, even if you look at these stats, like 12.77, 6.7 CS, 63% KP, like, that's acceptable. Like, if you're getting those kind of scores in Silver 4, I don't think the Hecarim... You playing him in ranked is a problem. I think you're beyond learning him because you know how to play him. I think you just got to iron out the kinks. Whether you want to do that in ranked or normals is your choice. I wouldn't
All right.
personally. If I was you, I would just play Hecarim in ranked because you have a good enough base. It's almost like it feels like to me. It's like riding a bike. You just need to get back on the bike and practice it for a little bit, and then you'll be riding down everywhere with the cool kids in no time.
Yeah, but no Silver 4 players are cool kid, man.
Yeah, they are.
No, they're
There's a
not.
couple of cool Silver 4 guys.
Me.
But yeah, it's a personal preference. If I was you, I would keep playing him in ranked because there's a lot of potential there. I think that was kind of a rough game.
Yeah, fair enough.
Third one, build path. Think about your choices. Again, this is quantity of games. I don't think you're ever going to go Sterax after Triforce again, probably. You're going to always think about either Spirit Visage or Deadman's, I hope, depending on who's fed on their team.
So
Just-
basically, never go Sterax.
Yeah,
Okay.
no one goes Sterax anymore. I wouldn't recommend it. Because it doesn't even synergize with Hecarim. Like, I mean, the shield is kind of good, but compared to, let's say, Spirit Visage, which synergizes with his actual abilities, as well as Deadman's, which synergizes with your abilities, they're just better individually on Heck as well.
That's fair enough.
That one. So like, even like now, just have a build path in your head of Hecarim and just stick to it. They can adapt. If the ADs are fed, go Deadman's after Triforce. If the APs are fed, go that. I'd also recommend there's a snowball Hecarim style that I've been trialing out a bit as well. Is if you get like, let's say 3 kills or like 3 kills in the first like 5-10 minutes of the game, buy your Stalker's Blade. So like go stalk like blue smite, red smite, whatever you want to do. But don't finish the jungle item, rush your Triforce and start with Sheen. And it's a really good early game power spike if you're trying to like snowball. So if you're 3-0 and you're like, shit, yeah, I've got a really cool chance to carry this game, I'd highly recommend doing that. But that's going to only be in like 1 in 20 games. But I'd just keep an eye out for like opportunities like that if you back with heaps of gold. Don't go the Cinder Hulk, go the Rush Triforce, get Triforce at like 10-11 minutes, and it's actually very scary. And then you can finish Cinder Hulk after that or whatever, but go for the Triforce Rush if you're really ahead.
Alright, that's something to take note of then.
Yep. And then the 4th and 5th one were Champion Pool, which we've already talked about. And then accountability. Just understand if you're playing Hecarim, you're going to be rusty on him, and you're going to make rusty mistakes.
Alright.
And if you're willing to accept those, keep learning new champs and keep ironing out those kinks. If you're not, Olaf Echo Graves.
Alright, I might return to the original trio. Maybe.
No, in my opinion, if I was you, I would play the champions you enjoy. But if you want to get out of silver, the fastest way out of silver is like starting a new account or Echo Graves Olaf.
Alright.
If I was you though, I'd play the champions
sorry.
I enjoy because we learn better when we enjoy what we're doing.
I just think that I don't really like. Well, the reason why I didn't really like Olaf Echo Graves is because of their playstyles. Like, I don't mind Echo's playstyle, but Graves' playstyle for me is very mundane.
Yeah, I agree.
And maybe because I'm thinking it's just I like how I dominate on Olaf, but it's just sometimes it's a bit playing him.
Yeah, that's the reason I don't play Olaf. I play Graves because I really like Phase Rush. I just like being speedy, but I completely understand why Graves is boring as well, and that's why I've actually slowly stopped playing him as much.
What happened to your Phase Rush Hecarim? Does it work? Is it viable?
It's just too hit or miss. It makes him very one-dimensional. It's really fun though, but you just run the risk of not being able to do damage in the mid game, which is where like he really shines.
No, yeah, fair enough. So I've been thinking is maybe if I keep Olaf in there, but as like a pocket pick when I really need him.
Yeah, like
Or
if you're on
another
like a
pocket
3-game loss streak. I mean, Echo, Graves, and Olaf, they're probably all pocket picks for you, to be honest. Probably more Echo and Olaf, just because you've played 50 plus games on them.
Yeah.
I think you'd literally be able to get back into those champions within like the first like 2 minutes of the game, rather than 3 games. You could actually get back into the rhythm of that champ in like the first couple of minutes of one game.
Yeah, agreed. And
Yep.
then I was just thinking like maybe I just keep like Olaf and Echo because I don't mind them, but I full on spam another OP champ, and then when that OP champ doesn't apply to that particular team comp that versing against you, I play either Echo or Olaf.
Yeah, for
That sounds
sure.
fine.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
All right, I'm a Kha'Zix abuser now.
Yeah. I personally think Hecarim's really strong as well, if you enjoy him. I mean, it could
Mm-hmm.
be Olaf, Echo, Hecarim, Kha'Zix. That's a really nice pool there.
Ah,
Super
it might
versatile.
be.
Two bruisers. Like, I don't think tank junglers are really a thing at the moment. Nunu's probably going to get nerfed soon. Um, at least his mid lane gameplay, which will indirectly affect his jungle gameplay, unless they nerf him based on monsters. No, based on minions, not monsters. But
Mm.
I don't think tanks. Nunu's the only tank. Zac, but I don't rate them at the moment.
Just tanks and low elo.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
just a
not
bit
good.
there.
It's not good.
Yeah, you're relying on someone else to
Yeah.
carry.
I think your champion pool and the champions you're thinking of are all the right direction.
Mm. Also, what about Rise Jungle?
Sorry?
Rise Jungle.
No.
Yes.
No. Set as
Yes.
well, like I know you asked that question as well, like maybe you chuck set in there as well. I just wouldn't go over 5.
Yeah.
I think five's fine. Given you play 5 games a day, 5 is definitely fine.
All right. Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
And also, on the rare occasion, I do get my secondary. Like once in a blue moon, I get my secondary role.
Yeah.
Should I continue playing mid? Because
Um I don't know your mid skill. I haven't watched you play mid, I don't think.
oh, okay, fair enough.
Um You're playing very like skill intensive mid laners, which you run the risk of if you don't play them a lot. You can get outclassed very easily. Like Akali, Cass. I don't know if these are mid or yeah, these look mid.
Those
Yeah.
the mid. I would never put a Kali in the jungle.
No, sorry, I was thinking maybe top.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think like having like 1 to 2 champs in mid, like I'd go like the kind of meta-y or like really. I mean, I personally like control mages like Ziggs, those kind of guys, where like you have a really easy laning phase because you can wave manage really well, but also your team fight is really good because you do a lot of AoE and a lot of CC.
Mhm.
Um, but I also like Cass as well. Like I really enjoy her playstyle. So
I just hate how she takes so long to scale.
yeah, that's and in silver, sometimes
Oh.
you can't get away with that. But I
Mm.
mean, your Cass
It's
games
a,
look okay.
yeah. It's just the
I
amount of people.
I wouldn't recommend Rise. I just don't think he's very strong at the moment. Like
I mean,
these are okay.
I love Rise as a champ. Like if you type Rise in, yeah, or just don't look at the first one. But as you can, my CS per minute isn't that bad. I reckon I can pull it off.
I mean, these kill participations are really scary.
Yeah, no, they're so good.
So like,
Yeah,
that's the problem with Rise, and I just don't
yeah,
think he's meta at the moment.
yeah, fair enough.
I generally like if it's my secondary role, I'd try and play like meta or champions I'm really comfortable on.
Or maybe I should play like support secondary because then I could impact the bottom half of the map as
Yeah,
much as a jungler normally would.
yeah,
And then also my support, I'm okay at Pike,
yeah. I like Pike.
and that's about it. And then I can also abuse set there as well,
Yeah, that's true actually. That's a good
and
point.
then place it there. And then maybe I can also get like well, I wouldn't say off meta, but picks that allow me to scale as well. Maybe like center or something. I don't know. So I can somewhat carry the game myself.
Senna's super strong at the moment. Yeah. Set as
Maybe.
well can carry games. Pike even as well because of the gold share.
Mm.
and this like the pick, and like he can kind of 1v1 squishies.
Yeah, so many times I just find him out in the jungle and just kill him.
I think just pick mid support, write down the champs or whatever, make yourself accountable to it and stick to it for a
Mhm.
month. If that secondary role doesn't work, go back to mid or go to a support, whatever you start on. Find a secondary role until it works.
Yep.
But as we've said, jungle, you pretty much get it, what is it, like probably like 9 times out of 10, if not more.
Like I don't remember ever um picking jungler as a primary and getting another role. I don't
Yeah.
remember that ever.
It really
Also,
doesn't
I feel
happen.
like my
It's
jungle
crazy. I
rides.
feel like that happened overnight. Like, I swear jungle used to be the most popular role.
Maybe since Tyler 1 started playing jungle,
Yeah.
it just went downhill.
Yikes.
Oh, that was my brain. I need to write all this stuff down. I should have written all this stuff down.
It's okay, you got the recording.
Yeah.
I'd also recommend always queuing up with the same role.
Hmm.
But again, that's preference. I don't do that because I like to play jungle and mid. Even though I'm probably a better jungler. But I just like doing that. But if you're looking to climb,
Oh, so you see how in my jungle games you see my average CS, like in those games? Well, in the games that went all right.
yeah.
Do you reckon I have too high of a CS and I should be converting that more into killing people?
Some of these games look kind of it's hard because just looking at those stats alone, it can be very misleading because sometimes you can have a really low KP, but because you ganked top lane twice in the first 5 minutes of the game, he was able to snowball that lane so that you didn't need to help him anymore.
Mm.
That game I watched on your Hecarim, I don't think you do have a problem personally. I don't think there is a problem between the two. Just if you feel like there's a problem, there probably is.
All right, because I found myself like autopiloting to the next camp, to the next camp, to the
Yeah.
next camp without really thinking. I
I'd
it's just
recommend
awkward.
every time you back have a somewhere like have a destination, and the destination has to be a gank or an objective.
All right, and try not to force that, of course, if it can't happen.
Yeah, if it's not on, it's not on. In like most things in life.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Thanks, man.
No worries, Victor.
I'll come back for another 1v1 soon.
Yes, sir. I'll ban Akali.
I can't wait to destroy. Nah, no banning of the Akalis.
I'll fight. I'll look up some counters.
You know my champs now.
That's true.
You can say no Riven because of that really good win rate right there. Or maybe no
Yikes.
Fiora.
This is also a problem. Like playing 25 games.
Hey, that was at the start of the season.
Okay.
I haven't played them.
They're the most
since.
important games, by the way.
Yeah, it's a bit of a yikes right there.
Next season, definitely set yourself like go hard on the champions you know you're good at.
Mm.
'Cause it'll make your mid-season and late season so much easier.
I mean, I've played like 420 games.
Yeah.
Season
420.
start. I very mature, Dylan.
Yeah.
Very mature. Anyways, what was I gonna say? Like I'm pretty much hard stuck silver. Like, even if I try and get out, my MMR is gonna screw me over
Yeah.
and over again. So I'm just thinking of that my other account being that of trying to actually climb, and this account being screw around type stuff.
Yeah. Have you heard of the 30-30-40 rule?
Never.
So 30% of your games are going to be free wins, like as long as you play.
Oh yeah.
30 are going to be auto losses, then 40 are on you. So theoretically, you're going to get 30% free wins, and the 40% that are all on you, you're going to win about 20%. So that equals your 50%. So if you can influence those other 20% of those games where it's all on you, you'll be able to climb out of silver. It's just a matter of how many games you're going to put in. I mean, you can climb out of silver by the end of this season because you're probably going to put in at least like another 100 games before this season ends.
Maybe more.
Maybe more.
Depends.
Actually, for Silver 4, and given how many games you played, yeah, you're probably looking at like 200 games maybe to get out of Silver, depending on win streaks and stuff.
I
But not
mean,
with a 51% win ratio. That win ratio needs to get up to like 54% as soon as possible.
I mean, like when I've got such a good coach like you, everyone go to his website, lca.com or whatever it is.
lolcoach.academy, yeah. Nice.
Because you're such a good coach, I'm pretty sure I'll get it within 50 games.
That's an insane win rate.
I'm pretty sure.
What's your LP loss gain roughly?
I'm actually don't look at that.
Okay.
I'm just like, oh, gained LP, oh, lost LP.
Yeah.
I don't usually,
I think
focus on that.
okay, that's fine. You're definitely
like-
not hard stuck yet. Just because you got a 51% win ratio. Like if it was like a 40 something and you're 400 games in, your MMR would be cooked. But you've definitely got an opportunity to climb out of gold on this account. But it would be quicker on a Smurf.
All right. I guess I'll just continue on this account, try and rank up that one to level 30. My
Yeah.
Smurf, sorry. And
Yeah.
my Smurf, I'll do that next season.
Yeah.